you're an idea generator and you are so like, I have so many ideas, why don't you go ahead and start with the one that you can implement the quickest and then go through it, right? Because you're likely to find some golden nuggets of things you want to continue doing.
Yeah.
Or you can very easily be like, that did not work the way I wanted it to, so I'm not even going to touch that anymore.
Hey everyone, welcome to the S.O.B Marketing Podcast, where we celebrate the S.O.B that you are. And if you haven't figured it out yet, we mean small-owned business. We don't mean S.O.B.
Listen, we know that as a small business owner, you are working hard on the daily to keep your business fully operational while trying to promote it. And while some days it may feel like the business is owning you, if we're being honest with each other, I bet you would admit that you wouldn't give up the insanity for anything.
Our commitment here at the S.O.B Marketing Podcast is to give you the real talk, what works when it comes to advertising, marketing, promoting your business, and then what doesn't really work.
And Chelsea and I promise to always keep the conversation real. Welcome back to another episode of the S.O.B Small-Owned Business, because we never call you guys names, Marketing Podcast. I'm here with my sister, Chelsea.
Hey, Vivian.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey.
All right. Today's topic, we are talking about marketing personalities.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, every single one of you out there that's listening has a marketing personality. We're going to talk about all 8 of them today. And, you know, the thing is, we understand that marketing is often looked at very black and white as a science, and we do believe that to be true to some extent. However, we also think it's more of an art form. And because of that, we think that knowing your marketing personality is actually going to help you improve your marketing and also make it super enjoyable for you, because we don't want this, you managing your marketing in-house. You know, we want you to not only just do it confidently, but we want you to have joy in doing it, okay? It should not be something that you wake up and you're like, why? Why do I have to do this, okay?
Yeah. We don't want you miserable.
No.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
Before we get started, though, Vivian, we have the S.O.B marketing hot take. Can you believe this, Vivian? I'm the problem this episode. It's me.
I think you're always the problem.
Not true. But I'm going to say the very controversial thing, which is, in my personal opinion, a marketing budget is not as important as we think it is.
Oh, okay. That's an interesting take.
Let me defend myself, Vivian, okay? I'm not saying a marketing budget isn't important. I'm just saying it's not as important as we think it is, especially in terms of these marketing personalities. When you understand your marketing personality, you can get creative, you can be more effective, and then your budget isn't that big of a deal because you know how to make the most of everything.
Yeah, I call party foul. I do think your budget drives a lot of that. I understand what you're saying, which is it's not the most important thing, right? Like there are other things. And I guess a part of me could get behind that because I do agree with that, that there's a lot more to marketing than just a budget, right? Like whether you have $10,000 to spend on it or $50,000 to spend on it. But all right, so in the comments below, we want you guys to tell us what your take is. In your experience, are you team budget or are you team
personality?
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think that your personality can really, I don't know, maybe make up for that gap that you have in a budget? So perhaps you have a small budget, but a very good attitude. You're super creative and you make that budget work for you. You stretch that budget out as much as you can. So if that's the case, your team personality. If you think a marketing budget is king, though, and that's going to dictate everything you do, then your team budget.
Yeah. So let us know in the comments. Just a friendly reminder, y'all, we do have a TLDL section, too long didn't listen. That is where one of us, Vivian or I, will give you a brief summary of the conversation that we had today because we know some of you guys are very busy. So you can go listen to that summary, but when you have time, go back and listen to this entire conversation.
Yeah, that's a must, okay?
Okay, Vivian, are you ready to dive into the marketing personalities?
Yes. Now, we want to start by reminding you guys we actually have a marketing personality quiz. We're going to
Yes.
link it right here and in the description below. If you go there, we have a series of questions that we will ask you, and it will give you your marketing personality. It's going to tell you which one of these 8 personalities best fits you.
Yes.
And within your results, what we've also done is we have annotated and given you some ideas for how you can go about working that personality in your favor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we don't just tell you, hey, by the way, you're an analytics ace. We tell you, hey, by the way, you're an analytics ace, and here are the ways that you can take full advantage of that
Yeah.
in your marketing.
It is a very in-depth, like, marketing quiz and then marketing response.
Yeah.
Like, the results that you get, it is in-depth.
How many minutes would you say it takes? It's not 30
No,
seconds.
it's not
5 minutes?
Yeah, it's like 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's so you're not gonna be there for half an hour.
It's not a Myers-Briggs personality test. It's not that long.
Take our Vivian Chelsea marketing personality test. Myers-Briggs got nothing on us.
Absolutely not. No, but yes, go take that quiz.
Yeah.
Okay,
so that will be helpful because for one, maybe you want to take it beforehand. And then as we move through this podcast episode, you'll be like, oh, that's me. And you'll be able to identify yourself. Or maybe you just want to hear about the 8 different ones and just learn what all is out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might be able to self-diagnose, even though that's not highly recommended. We think you should take the quiz.
Okay, let's start with, you already said it, the analytics ace. Vivian, do you want to tell us about the analytics ace?
Sure. So you guys may be able to gather from, the name and the description, analytics ace. This person is data-driven, methodical. They rely on metrics and insights. So you guys are the ones that are being little scientists out there, okay? You let data drive your life, which we love that for you. And it helps to guide your marketing decisions. So you want to see the evidence. You're the one that's like, hey, if I'm going to be spending money on this marketing initiative, it needs to prove to me that it's well worth it.
Yeah.
All right. The one thing I will say is, be sure that you guys are giving it enough time to work. Okay. So time periods are important, I think, when deciding and determining if something's going to work, right? A billboard is not going to work if you have one billboard up for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It will work if you have maybe 3 billboards up in a concentrated area over 3 months. All right.
Yes. I love that. Also, like, pro tip, because maybe you should be giving things enough time. Definitely do that. But you could also be doing A/B testing.
Yes.
So test variations of the components of your ads and see which is more effective.
Yeah, easy way to do this. Let's say you're running a Facebook ad and you use the same design, okay, the same graphic for both of these. You could A/B test the actual headline. Okay, you can A/B test the call to action. So whether it's linked to a call now button or if it's linked to a learn more button, maybe one of them works better for whatever product or service you're selling. Love the A/B testing, Chelsea. And then marketing channels to consider. If you are a analytics ace, we're going to recommend that you guys do Google ads. We're going to recommend that you do digital ads in general. You want to know why? Because data. You guys are so in love with data. And we think that, the channels that are going to give you those components are going to be best for you. What I will say, not to deter you, let's take the billboard, for example.
Sure.
We always say billboard ads are a little harder to define as far as results, okay? But because you guys are analytics ace and you want that data, we're going to encourage you to also be creative with the way you collect it. Whether that, I don't recommend a QR code on a billboard. Though I have seen it. But perhaps it's building a specific landing page that you're sending people to that you're only using on that billboard. And
or a specific phone number.
Yes. Then you know for a fact any of the people that are using that have seen the
Yes.
billboard. There are ways you could go about doing, you may just have to get a little more creative.
Love that. Okay. Let's move on, Vivian. I'm going to talk about the brand builder.
Ooh, this sounds exciting.
I know.
I feel like everybody out there thinks they're a brand builder, okay?
I think that was shots fired right there.
It's not. It's just everyone's like, oh, I need to work on my branding, my branding, my branding.
Mhm.
Okay, what's a brand builder?
Okay, so a brand builder is someone who is all about creating a strong, consistent brand that resonates with their audience. This is personally, in my opinion, a very powerful marketing personality to have as a small business.
Okay, can I tell you something that always cracks me up when people
What?
say, in my opinion? My mother in law uses this phrase, and I found myself referring to it
Okay.
often. She says, in my humble but accurate
What?
opinion. Or she says, in my humble but correct opinion, or something like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm like, oh, I love that. That's great.
Perfect. That's what I'm gonna start saying. In my accurate, I'm not being humble. In my accurate
Not
opinion,
humble opinion.
my accurate, not humble opinion, this is a powerful marketing personality to have as a small business, just because your branding is very important. As a small business, it is the thing that is setting you apart from, yes, other small businesses, but also like bigger brands, because bigger brands can't really connect with their audience, right?
Yeah.
Like it's just a little more sterile. And as a small business, you don't have to be sterile.
And so what you're saying is the big thing here is if you're a brand builder, you have this knack for building loyalty.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And that is the number one thing, is building loyalty and building a community. It's easier to build a community when you are a brand builder. And remember, loyalty leads to repeat customers, and repeat customers are the lifeline of your business. Well, so are new customers. You just need customers in general.
Customers are the life of your business. Thanks for coming to our very what was I gonna say? Our very
Thanks for coming to our TED Talk.
Yeah.
Customers are the lifeline of your business. No, but repeat customers lead to brand evangelists. Those are people who are going out there speaking your gospel as a small business. So really important. I think as a brand builder, social media marketing, email marketing, sponsorships, these are all powerful marketing initiatives that you can use to your benefit.
PR.
Yes. Any opportunity you have to speak your gospel, to share who you are as a business and connect with others, that's going to be useful.
Yeah, and I think the other part of this too is it's almost like you guys have this ability to tell a story, right? Which is what helps you to build a brand.
Yes.
So
and that's the pro tip.
Yes, lean into that.
Yes.
Right? Lean
Tell
into
your
telling
brand
that
story.
brand story.
Yeah.
So if you are, brand builders out there, you got something going for you. The next one, the idea generator. You've got ADHD. That's what Chelsea put in the notes. Just kidding.
I did put just kidding as well.
In the notes. Just kidding, it says. You're creative. You have all these ideas, and you want to try them out when it comes to marketing. All right. So the problem is the money, the time, deciding what to do. You kind of, I don't want to say squirrely, but maybe a little squirrely in the sense of like, there's so much potential out there and so many opportunities. Where do I even start?
Yes.
All right.
But I will say, love that you're not afraid to try things.
Yeah. So here's the thing is maybe what works best for you is going to be to focus on digital stuff that you can get up and running really quick. All right.
Ooh,
So
love that.
Yeah, I would not recommend putting together this big marketing campaign where, let's say, TV commercial. I wouldn't recommend a TV commercial is going to require a lot of components, okay?
Yes.
It means you're going to have to hire a videographer. You're going to have to have a script done. You're going to have to allow time for editing. Then you're going to have to sign the contract. Then you're going to have to pick the channels that it's on, the platforms that it's streamed to. Then you're actually going to have to initiate it, right? And it's going to take some time, hopefully 3 months at least, right?
Yeah.
That you're running it. Though that's a lot, okay?
That is a lot.
If you're an idea generator and you are so like, I have so many ideas, why don't you go ahead and start with the one that you can implement the quickest and
Yep.
then go through it, right? Because you're likely to find some golden nuggets of things you want to continue doing,
Yeah.
or you can very easily be like, that did not work the way I wanted it to, so I'm
Yeah.
not even going to touch that.
Love. Little side note. As a marketer, I don't understand. I mean, I do understand, but I also don't understand how bad TV commercials are made.
What do you
Because do
mean?
you know how many people have to approve this commercial?
Oh,
Like, how many eyes have to see this commercial? And all of you were like, yeah, this is the one. No.
I mean, or it's just because you're only showing it to people you know are going to say yes,
I mean, that could be it.
right?
Now, I personally, in my correct opinion, uh,
Unhumble. In my
unhumble
not humble
opinion,
opinion.
no, I think what happens is it starts somewhere else. And then you have to tweak it so many times for every single person who sees it
Yeah.
that it becomes a new thing. I understand that is what happens. I still think, though, that there are some commercials out there where you're like, this shouldn't have been approved.
Yeah. Now
Yeah.
I hear ya.
Yeah.
And it probably does work that way where it ends up being something that was not initially intended,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Okay. Back to the idea generator. Your pro tip is going to be, y'all, focus on your target audience.
Yes.
I sometimes do this, and I appreciate Vivian because she reels me back in. I have this great idea. It's so cool. It's so creative. Oh my God. And Vivian goes, yeah, but does our target audience care about that? Is our target audience going to see that? That's what you need to think about.
Yeah, and maybe also the pro tip here is be able to have somebody that maybe you can bounce these ideas off
Yeah.
of. If you have somebody on your team, because we all do, that sometimes is a little more pragmatic,
Mhm.
maybe tie yourself to that
Vivian and
person.
I take turns being that
Yeah,
person.
we're kind of like, I feel like maybe when we toss out ideas at the beginning, we understand that the other person's role is to be pragmatic. I did the same thing today. We were
Yeah.
talking about, and I'll be transparent with you guys. I was like, should we start texting? Okay, so tell us in the comments if you would love to be able to text us and then like have us like send you something. Like if we have a freebie or something,
Mhm.
you text us a word, we'd send it to you. So Chelsea, it was her role to be like, I really don't know, like how, like maybe that's something we leave for the future,
Yeah.
or let's, see how it goes.
I mean, you can prove me wrong. You can leave in the comments that you absolutely want to be texting us.
I mean, there you go. But I think that's the thing is always maybe have someone that you can toss an idea out there. They'll give you some real feedback
Yeah.
and then something for you to mull over. Idea generators, I will say this because sometimes I have a tendency to be an idea generator too. You have to be okay getting feedback.
Yes.
Okay, because you have so many ideas out there that like
Mhm.
let's be for reals, every single one of them could be a good idea. No. Okay, probably 5% of them are going to be good ideas. But that's the beauty is that your personality, you're able to come up with things
Yeah.
so quickly. Love that. That's the
Mhm.
kind of energy we want. We just want you to be able to filter between is this worth my time
Yes.
or is this not? Is this going to send my entire team down a rabbit hole?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That they're going to be wasting their time. So just be very specific about that.
Yes. Okay, next personality, we got the social savant. This is
Oh.
not me.
Okay, first of all, I love the word savant in anything because that just automatically tells you you're a
Well,
smarty pants.
you named all of these,
did.
so I'm not surprised. Yes.
I love that name I picked out.
I know you do. Your social savant is going to be your social media superstar. So yeah, this is
Oh.
absolutely not me. Um you know your target audience, you know what they want to see on all the platforms, you know the trends, you know how to go viral, and you keep your audience engaged and part of your community. I love that for you. Marketing channels to focus on, go ahead and focus on social media, but I want to remind everyone, do not forget to diversify. Okay. Remember how TikTok was gone for an entire day?
And the world fell apart and it became a very sad, gloomy, gray world.
Yes. It was a rough day, Vivian. Okay.
By the way, Chelsea did not give two craps about TikTok going away.
I don't like TikTok. I'm not a social media person. The only thing I'm looking on social media for is bands.
Yeah, you're not a social savant.
No, I'm not a social savant. But my point is, that platform is not yours.
Yeah.
Okay. You do not have control over that audience. So make sure, yes, you're killing it on social media, but make sure you are moving them onto a platform that you control, into your own ecosystem. So that could be email marketing, that could be creating a text list like we just talked about, whatever you want to do. Just make sure you're pairing that with your social media marketing because, again, you're not in control.
I also am not a social savant, but if you guys want an example of someone who is, shout out to Rob D, who's Black Circle Records. He's in our S.O.B community group. And when I tell you, I want to say something that's really important because as we move through this, you guys be sure, just as humans, we don't want you moving through life tying your identity to a title. Okay. So when we say you're a social savant, it does not mean you live and die by social media. Okay. Because, and I bring this up to say, go over to Black Circle Records, look at what he's doing on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook. What I love about Rob and the reason I think he's this marketing personality is he's not afraid to test.
Yeah.
Okay. So he knows that he's willing to show up on social media. He'll test a few things out. And once he finds something that works, he leans into it, right? But he also has this capability for when he understands how powerful social media is and the exposure it can bring him, which it has because he's had videos get over 1 million views. So he understands just how big it can become and how a video can blow up, and he's using that to his advantage. So he's brilliant as a business owner in that sense because that opens opportunities for him. But he also, when he's not feeling it, like he says, he's like, I'll take a video and I'll think of how can I recreate this video, or can I use the same footage but just in a different way to still show up and be present but not have to hit record because he understands his limits. Yeah. If he knows, if I don't feel like doing this right now, I'm not going to come across on social media the way I want, right? On video. So I say that just to give you guys that little lifeline, social savants. Yes, you guys are wonderful. You have this knack for being able to show up as yourselves on social media and to utilize it, take advantage of it. But also, you guys, it doesn't mean you guys are 24/7 on social media. Yeah. Does that make sense? Yeah. It's more so that you understand how to use the platforms to your advantage. And you guys are willing to tweak, diversify, and figure out how to really get the most out of it.
Love that. Also, another real quick pro tip for social savants, make sure you're auditing your platforms as well, your social media profiles, not platforms. They're not yours, like I just said. Yeah. Everything's up to date. You're sharing the important information. You have the pins that you still want pinned, stuff like that. Just make sure it's up to date. I once worked with an ad agency where I had to go through and revise all of their work because it would be laden with misspellings and wrong information. We were spending thousands of dollars for me to do double the work.
Sometimes you don't need an ad agency. You just need resources to be able to figure it out on your own.
Yeah, that's why we created the S.O.B community for the small business owners who want to keep their marketing in-house but still need some support.
You get templates, courses, downloads, expert advice, weekly live calls, and a supportive group of other small business owners for just $50 a month. So head over to skool.com/SOB. That's SKOOL.com/SOB, all lowercase. Join today and feel confident in your marketing. All right, the next one is the content crafter. Can you guys guess what this person likes doing? Content. Okay. And so we understand that with content, that's such a broad term these days. Okay.
Yeah.
That means videos, that means blogs, that means just a bunch of other stuff. But
infographics,
ebooks. Yes. Keep going. Keep going.
keep going. Checklists. We have so many checklists.
Yes. The main thing is you as a marketing personality, you love creating quality content because you understand that that's
quality is an important word.
Yes,
sorry.
That's the word.
Yes.
You understand that it's going to boost your search engine optimization, SEO, that it's going to introduce you to new audiences, but most importantly, that's going to introduce you to the right audience. You understand that in creating that good quality content, you are basically telling people who you are not for and who you are for, right? It's aligning with the people that you are for. So you're bringing in the right audience.
I love every time we say that because I think that's so important. Sorry.
No, yeah.
I just think that's so important to remember, like, this is who you're for. This is who I'm not for.
Yeah.
That is just as important.
I think it's important. Words are important, okay? And the reason I say that is because you always have a positive and negative to it. The thing is, could I simply just say, those aren't your people? Yes, it kind of has like a negative connotation. By the positive side of that is like you're finding the right audience, but because you are finding the right audience, it means that you are also deterring the wrong audience, okay? So there's a group of people that like you basically are saying, not for you, but
there is apparently people out there that think marketing should have less boobs. And we are not for that, people. Okay. We are not for those people.
Yeah, that was a rude comment. Someone left a rude comment that said, "Can you do marketing without boobs?" I'm like, I don't know what you want Chelsea to do with this rack here. Like, I mean, should I tell her to put it on the shelf before we hit record? I don't know. Because apparently us women have a say. And how big our chest grows. I don't know.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Anyways, back to let's get off of boobs.
We're going to get demonetized.
Yeah, we're not that podcast. So just remember, there's a lot of different ways that you can create content. Now, marketing channels that are good for you to focus on if you're a content crafter. We want you to focus on SEO, obviously, right? And remember, we just had the last marketing episode was all about Google is not going anywhere, you guys. Okay. So SEO is still important. And now with Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook videos showing up on Google searches, any kind of content you're creating has the opportunity to really put you, in the top ranks of the SEO. Maybe even email marketing, social media marketing, anywhere that you could go in and repurpose content. So that's a really big deal.
Yeah, Vivian, that's actually the pro tip. Okay. It's repurposing your content. Y'all, creating content is a lot of work. Okay, as the content creator for the seasoned marketer, let me tell you. But when you can repurpose and restructure something that you've already created, that makes your life a whole lot easier.
Just think of it as a challenge. How many different ways can you say the same thing?
Yeah. Yeah. Write a blog, turn it into a carousel, turn it into infographic. The infographic can go in an email. There you go. All from one idea. So our next marketing personality, Vivian, is the hands-on hero. I think this could be a good bit of y'all. Okay. Hopefully, because you handle your marketing on your own.
Okay. Finger snaps.
Yes. You got this. You handle it on your own. You have a deep understanding of your small business and you feel as though you're really the only person who can translate that to your target audience. So you handle everything from start to finish. That's great. I love that for you. You've got to be so overwhelmed, honey.
Yeah.
You have a lot going on. I know it sounds difficult, but I really want you guys to try to, what's the word I'm looking for?
Relinquish
some of that power. Like if you have someone on your team who can handle something for you, try to let them handle it
Or
because you've got a lot going on.
yeah, or look for tools. Listen, if you're saying, "Well,
Yeah.
Chelsea, I really don't have an option because I
Yeah.
am, party of one, like,
Yeah, that's fair.
I am a solopreneur, the person that
Mhm.
does it all." Use, uh, apps,
Mhm.
use platforms,
Yeah.
use tools that can help you expedite or maybe even, automate some of this. Let me give
Yeah.
you a perfect example.
Okay.
There's, in one of my jobs, one of the things that we're doing is going in and just kind of updating some recording
Okay.
stuff that typically I personally myself would record. There's now a tool that allows you to use an AI voice to be able to record it. You upload a script. It sounds very real and
Okay.
very good, okay? Because I would not do it if it wasn't good. But that's a much shorter version, or it's a way for me to be able to batch something and to
Yeah.
do a bunch of recordings at once without me having to hit record on every single thing. And also because my voice is going to change day to day. And
Mhm.
also, I'm not like, I just can't be consistent with that, right?
Yeah, you're not a voice actress.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And so if just find ways where you can utilize platforms or apps that can help you to maybe take the load off and to do some of
Mhm.
this. Canva, you guys, has a ton of features now that
Yeah.
you can take full advantage of. Okay. So
Mhm.
be sure that you are going in and also looking at the tools you're using to see if they've added features and if you're using
Yes.
it as robustly as it's built.
Love that. Marketing channels. There are so many marketing channels out there that are easy to handle on your own. Focus on those. Okay. Do I suggest a partnership? I mean, all of these are suggestions. You can do any marketing channel you want to. Your personality is going to make it a little hard to do a partnership because you want to be in control. And in a partnership, you got to let some of that control go.
Yeah.
Also, your pro tip is to prioritize. Okay. You can't handle everything all at once. So make a list. Prioritize. These are the things that I need to finish right now. These are the things that I can let it go and I can come back to it later on. Don't burn yourself out.
No, organizing is also going to be a big deal for you because
Yeah.
that's going to create less stress when you can
Mhm.
find. So think of it this way, if you're handling this all on your own, something as simple as actually filing your paperwork in folders that are descriptive
Yeah.
and where you can locate things relatively quickly. What ends up happening is you might find that it's taking you 10 minutes to locate something, whereas if you just spent, yes, me, if you just spent, it is me. I is talking about the hands-on hero. Uh, if you are spending 10 minutes to find a file that very easily you could have spent 10 minutes just organizing the files, and then when
Yeah.
you come back to look for it, it would have taken you 30 seconds, if that. Think about this stuff, okay?
Yeah.
So, set yourself up for success.
Yes.
Self. All
Our
right.
next personality, Vivian.
The Strategy Streamliner. Oh,
Ooh.
yeah. Okay. So you have
I'm sorry, isn't a streamliner like a type of boat?
maybe? I don't know. I thought it was more like a camper.
Oh, that might be a camper.
Yeah, I think it's a camper.
Oh,
All
my
right, but
bad. Okay, sorry, go
the
ahead.
Strategy Streamliner, you have a marketing plan, you're organized, and you know how to delegate and how to optimize your
Ooh.
processes. You rock. Okay. I want to be you when I grow up, essentially. All right, marketing channels. Email sequences. We love email
Mm,
sequences for you.
mhm.
They are your friend, okay? So you can automate them to for important touch points to be sure that you are introducing your business to customers,
Mhm.
making sure they're taking full advantage of all the resources you have or potentially all the products and services that you sell. And that way you don't have to be manually involved, okay? Which
Yes.
is right up your alley because that's what you guys do. You
Mhm.
guys love streamlining this stuff.
Yeah.
We all know you can do the same thing with digital marketing, all
Yep.
right? So go ahead, take full advantage of that. The key for you is going to be in actually vetting out some of the platforms and the apps that you can use to be able to to do this kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Because you guys are more of like, let me set it, forget it. And then as a reminder, go back and double check to be sure that you're updating the information as you need quarterly or once a year. Pro tip, Chels. What's the pro tip?
Yeah. Don't forget about the marketing funnel. Okay. So you're streamlining everything. Make sure your sequences, your process is leading your audience through the marketing funnel. What initiatives are you using at discovery, and how are you leading them to basically making a sale?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So remember,
to making a purchase so you can make a sale. They are making a purchase.
The funnel is exactly that. At the top, it's wider because that's where you get all of the interest, the brand awareness. And then, like Chelsea's saying, each one of the things you're bumping them through to that narrow part of the cone.
Yes.
Ideally, the very opposite end is so narrow because it's the people that are going to buy your product and service.
Yeah.
You've weeded out everybody else in there, okay? They're not being bumped through unless ultimately it's going to
lead to a sale. Yeah. Okay, Vivian, are you ready? This is the last marketing personality. It is the DIY Dynamo. Okay.
Ooh.
So this person loves.
Let me guess. DIY?
Yeah. They love experimenting with new tools, new strategies. They're willing to take risks and learn from their mistakes. Y'all were the people using ChatGPT when it first came out.
I mean, that's a nice handful of you guys listening to this because I know you guys well.
I know.
You're like,
absolutely.
ChatGPT, what?
So for marketing channels, y'all, we're going to suggest something more digital, focus on digital marketing, because if you go into like billboards or print ads, stuff like that, maybe even television, that's going to involve more people, and that's going to require experience. You're not going to be able to DIY a billboard.
Yeah, not something we recommend. I mean, and it's not,
just for a billboard, y'all, the photographs that you use, like, think about the fact that it needs to be blown up.
Yeah, so you can't be using a regular JPEG.
Exactly. Like, that might be something that you don't consider, but a professional who will help you through the billboard process will consider that. This is not something you can DIY.
Yeah. DIY is probably, like Chelsea said, the thing is, if you're all about using new tools and new strategies and you want to do it yourself, the digital is going to be the way to go because, for one, you can pivot really quickly. Like if you find something's not working, you could switch it out. Also, think of it this way. Facebook ads, you really don't need to have a lot of text and it's not a lot of design on the actual Facebook ad. You could simply run a graphic if you wanted to, right? With maybe like a word on it. So you're probably going to be more geared towards that. Other stuff we've talked about in the past is like, if you want to advertise on podcasts, you can now, you have access to tools to actually put a very professional audio advertisement together. Okay, you don't need to include anyone else for that. For the stuff Chelsea did mention, not that we're telling you guys not to do it, but just keep in mind, if you're going to take out a full page print ad, because of the price that you're paying on that, we want you to actually either contact the magazine or contact a graphic designer so that it can look good.
Yes.
All right. You don't want to be doing this in Canva. Can you? Yes, but just be sure that, it looks good.
Yes. So. Absolutely. And your pro tip is going to be test before you invest. Y'all, these shiny new things, all of these new tools, we love them. Let's not spend money on them until we're sure that they are actually useful. Yeah. Most of these tools have a free trial option. Do a free trial. See if you're actually going to use it, because you don't want to pay for something that you're never going to touch again.
Yes, agree. And even if they don't have a free trial, maybe opting for the monthly just to see if how many times you use the tool in 1 month and if it's worth you actually upgrading to the yearly account.
Yes.
I think that's very important, just because, like Chelsea said, in your mind, you might be thinking it's going to be more useful than it is, and then you're not actively using it, and then you're just paying for something. You just wasted a bunch of money. All right. So as a quick run through. We have the analytics ace, the brand builder, the idea generator, the social savant, the content crafter, the hands-on hero, the strategy streamliner, and DIY Dynamo. That's 8.
Wow.
Okay,
8.
so of those 8, Chelsea, why don't we tell each other? Because we know as sisters and marketing professionals and coworkers, we know each other best.
Yes, I really know you. Let me tell you.
So she knows all my skeletons, you guys. All right. So
okay. Vivian, you are the content crafter.
Oh, really?
Yes, 100%.
I thought you were going to say Hot Mess Express, so I appreciate you saying the content crafter.
No, I mean, we just record our holiday season marketing episode. I get here and Vivian's like, oh, I created a download for it. Like, you create all of these downloads for our listeners. You have an entire YouTube channel. We create this podcast. Like, you are constantly pumping out content.
Oh, I love that. Thanks. I think it's part of it because before you joined and we were a duo, when I was doing stuff on my own, I think I always just kind of like, I was like, okay, great. It's one component in my head. It's like, it's one component. Hurry up. Finish this. This is the quickest thing because setting up the landing page requires a little more steps, right?
Sure.
And so I think the content to me is the easiest part. It's the processes that to me,
the streamlining
always forces me because it is multiple steps. But I find that I'm also starting to enjoy that a little more just out of habit.
Oh, great.
So, you guys, if you're on the other end listening, I promise you it gets easier. The more you do this stuff, it's a muscle.
Yeah.
Okay. And so whether you're the strategy streamliner and you're putting this stuff together and you like, setting up automation, all that stuff, or if you're the idea generator, the more you guys do it, the better you get at it, right? It feels easier. All right, Chelsea, for you, I would kind of say you're a toss-up between 2 things. I think you're the idea generator.
Okay, the one where I wrote, you've got ADHD. Nice.
Yeah, that one. And then also, I feel like you're also a hands-on hero. And the reason I say that is because I know that you and I are a team on this, but I feel like because I still work a full-time job, there's so much that is left to, you just kind of initiate and do what you have to do. And then you check in with me and you're like, hey, this is what I'm thinking. You have a game plan together. And then we talk about any obstacles there may be.
Yeah.
But you really are kind of like that hands-on person where you're like, let's just go ahead and get this done.
Yeah.
So I think,
yeah.
I think that's where I see you. So what we're hoping, you guys, is as a reminder, we have a quiz. Go take the quiz. Maybe you can, like we said, self-diagnose. Maybe when you were listening to this conversation, you're like, that's 100% me. We would love to know also, what you guys get in your marketing personality. So please share that with us.
Please let us know what your marketing personality is. We'd love to hear that. Y'all, the link is in the description. Go check it out. You can also go to links. That's links.co/theseasonmarketer, and it will be in there along with all of our other resources and things you should know, important links to click on. Also, make sure that you subscribe wherever you're listening. Pretty please leave us a 5-star review and go be the best S.O.B you can be.